First thing that we'll do is hop in the flight deck and go up to the overhead panel. Once you're there, turn on batteries number 1 and 2. Next thing, we're going to be turning on external power if it's available. Turn on all the fuel pumps. And turn IRSs 1, 2, and 3 on. You should start to see some of the screens starting to boot up. Next thing we'll do here is hop into the MCDU, go to Init, and put in your from and to, so where you're departing and arriving. Once our departure and arrival is set, we'll hop into the IRS Init page and double check that it actually is aligning with your departure airport. Let's hop back up on the overhead panel and clean up a couple more things. We'll turn on the crew supply oxygen, and we'll turn on a couple lights here. We'll go beacons, wings, and nav and logo. Also, we'll turn on the APU, so that is done by clicking the master switch, 1, 2, 3, start. And for the engine start, we're going to need the APU bleed on. Continuing to our right is going to be seatbelt signs on, no smoking to auto, and arm the emergency exit lights. Now we can see that the APU is starting. You can see kind of the little blurry air. We can look back here on the lower ECAM display, and we can see that the APU is available. So we can go back to the overhead now. We'll turn off external power because the APU is now providing energy for the aircraft. Alright guys, so at this point, this is when you want to put everything in the MCDU that you need, like your flight plan performance and everything that you need for the flight. I'll make a separate tutorial on that in a few days, so I have notifications on for that. That'll be coming soon. If you have followed all of those steps, we can now head over to the Fenix Simulations EFB, and we'll go to the Fenix tab, let it load up, and we can go to the Ground and Services tab, turn off the GPU, turn off the chocks and cones, we can close doors and toggle the jetway away, and we can go ahead and connect the tug now. Alright, looks like the tug is connected. Now, let's go ahead and go backward. While we're pushing back, we're going to want to go ahead and get the engine started. So we'll select the engine ignition switch to ignition, and we'll start engine number 2. Let's go ahead and stop the pushback, so we'll disconnect the tug here. That'll get him out of our way. And let's check on our engines, and looks like engine number 2 is available by it saying avail there. Next thing we'll do is we'll start engine number 1. Always start engine number 2 first. And we can monitor that on the upper ECAM display here. While engine number 1 is finishing its startup, we can set our initial altitude, which is most likely 5,000, and we'll set manage speed and manage heading if we actually have the flight plan in there, which I don't right now, but I'll make a tutorial on that. Alright, looks like engine number 1 is available. That is looking good. We'll make the engine ignition switch to normal now. We'll set flaps for departure, most likely flaps 1. Set auto brakes to max, and we'll arm the speed brake. Couple more things here up on the overhead panel. We'll turn off the APU and APU bleed. We'll turn on our taxi lights and set strobe lights to auto. Alrighty guys, so that is it for the startup tutorial. We are fully ready for taxi now. Be on the lookout for a MCDU tutorial here in the next about week or 2. So be on the lookout for that, and that should be really helpful for you guys just starting out on the Fenix. Hope this was helpful, and hope everybody has a great day and a fun time with the Fenix.